Welcome to Hard Mode Shatters. I'll be covering various topics from how to activate hard mode to how to survive specific hard mode only phases. Feel free to skip around to what you need. I'll have it all labeled in the description. Hard mode is only available if there is a void phantasm in your first clear, typically just called V. A quick way to know if you have a V and that your dungeon can be hard mode is to look for a purple torch near spawn. Here are the torch locations for each Shatters layout. V is a very transparent minion that will only become vulnerable if you stand near it for a while. Be careful though, as it will shoot once it's vulnerable. Once you've done enough damage, V will teleport somewhere in idle territory. You'll need to find it one more time to force it to teleport to idle. Once it's around idle, you'll have to damage it a final time, then idle will absorb it. This will cause idle to stand still, change attack patterns, and become vulnerable. Once you kill idle, hard mode will be activated for Sentinel. Idle will shoot petrify and armor breaking shots, so only engage if you are ranged and know what you're doing. Each of these steps has a particular chat callout, so keep an eye out to know which step your group is on. I won't cover the Sentinel boss fight, as the only change is there will be 6 instead of 4 swords that spawn around towers. It is otherwise identical, except for the boss's name will be changed from Bridge Sentinel to Valen the Unbreakable once defeated, and he will drop an extra loot bag in the center of the room. Keep in mind, it is possible to only get 1 loot bag if you get unlucky and 1 drops empty. You will need to do 1 additional step to continue the dungeon in hard mode. One of the splits will be guaranteed to be alchemy. Inside it, there will be a secret room where you will kill the source. You need to do this before you complete 3 generators, otherwise the dungeon will revert to normal mode. Once you've destroyed source, you will need to activate all 4 generators to start the boss fight. During the boss fight, you will have to deal with 3 new phases, a more difficult finale, and an extra bird. The boss fight will start off with either 4 fire generators active or 4 ice generators. This will trigger a fire or ice apocalypse phase. Fire APOC. Similar to firewalls, but you will need to screen rotate to try to line up the incoming walls. It can be quite tricky to get lined up properly. Make sure you know what your screen rotate controls are set to, and consider turning your rotation speed down so you can easily get squared up. You have the option of doing it horizontally or vertically. I personally prefer vertical, but both work just fine. After a few seconds, you will have to deal with the additional danger of a ring of bombs being thrown out. There are 3 possible locations where they can land: inner, middle, and outer. I suggest dodging between where the inner and middle bombs will come out, and just be prepared to push in or out depending on where they land. To do this, you'll have to travel between firewalls instead of just going back and forth between the same 2 lanes. If traveling between lanes of firewalls is foreign to you, you can practice this in a much safer environment in normal Archmage firewalls, with the added benefit of giving you the skills to chase birds down during the phase. Ice APOC. Similarly to ice arenas, you will need to stay within a certain distance of the boss to survive this phase. Walls will appear behind you, pushing you in. Be careful though, as after a few seconds, they will push you even closer to the boss. The boss will be shooting curves of high damage lineup shots and throwing ice spheres. Everything is high damage, fast paced, and deadly. You will need to reposition around the boss to avoid the ice spheres, all while not getting lined up by the boss shots. Chug HP potions here as needed. Usually the phase is very short though. I'll show quite a few clips here, as it is probably one of the more dangerous phases. Due to the incredible danger this phase possesses, it is customary to lock in a fire generator as soon as possible, so that it can't be repeated. Expanding on the genlock order, the standard is fire, ice, ice, fire. This is to avoid extra apocalypse phases, as well as to stick close to the 2 fire, 2 ice needed to activate hard mode finale. Keep in mind, if you lock in any other combination of generators, the dungeon will revert to non-hard mode. This causes an interesting necessity when the final phase isn't 2 fire, 2 ice. You'll need to blast skip. For example, if you have 2 fire, 1 ice generator locked in, and the final gen is fire, you will need to kill the birds to pass the phase, but not shoot the boss into the next phase. Instead, you will hug the outer wall and wait for a new phase to begin. This blast skipping process will need to be repeated until the final generator is the color you need. Balance. When you have 2 fire and 2 ice generators, you will get balance. To start, move bottom left. Depending on how the walls come out, go to the middle of the wall, either bottom or left side, and get ready to chase the walls. You will want to chase the wall that is running away from you, and do not let the wall from behind catch up to you. The walls deal insanely high damage and sicken. You will get deleted even through Amulet. Do not attempt to tank them. Be extremely wary of running over generators as you rotate, as they can hide bombs. Rotating further away can feel more comfortable, but to do so, you will need to cover more ground. I suggest trying to rotate closer to the boss, adjusting how far away you are depending on bomb placement. After some time, new walls will come out that will rotate the opposite direction. This change is the most dangerous part, as you will need to balance dodging the shots, the bombs, the existing walls, but also positioning yourself so you're not immediately run over by the new set of walls. The new set of walls are telegraphed by 3 large purple shots that come out first. This gives you a tiny window to move so you're next to a wall that will start running away from you. Keep in mind, the walls will rotate the opposite direction that they did previously. Once you're more comfortable with this phase, try to push ahead or stay behind to get more damage on the birds. Archmage Pre-Finale. After destroying the final generator, you will enter Pre-Finale. Redbird will zoom around the outer edge of the arena, doing armor break EP insta-kills. It is imperative that someone in your group slows Redbird, and ideally stuns it as well. Blue will be shotgunning and chasing. Then, after you kill red and blue, Leanbird will start to slowly chase. Don't let Lean push you against a wall, as when he is about to die, ice generators will appear along the outer edge of the arena. Finale. Make your way to the left of the boss. You can walk through the ice wall to get to the waiting spot early if you would like. Wait until the second wall in front of you passes. You can also time it based on when the bombs land. Once that happens, you need to quickly walk through the gap that opens in the walls. It won't seem like you'll make it, and you may have to quickly run over a bomb, but you must make it to row 3. Be brave. Bombs take a moment before they explode, so as long as you don't doubt yourself, you will make it. If done correctly, you'll feel like Moses just parted the Red Sea for your escape. Once on row 3, make sure to blast the boss. Dealing damage to him here before the ice walls push you back out will make the finale significantly easier. Once row 3 starts to close from above, be prepared to quickly back out if ice walls appear. Otherwise, if the boss is just dead, feel free to sit on him. If ice walls do push you back out, my only suggestion is to find a new group to run hard modes with. On to King. The only change in King is the Queen phase, as well as the increased difficulty for Patience. If you need Patience tips, see my Patience guide. Hard mode Patience is merely a more challenging version of the normal Patience. Don't stress if you struggle with this phase. It is one of the most challenging in the game. Keep an eye out for runs that have a Wiz mod Paladin joining them. They can easily get you an extra 600 plus HP and will make it nearly as easy as normal Patience. The Queen phase can be a bit stressful at first, as you are sickened the entire time, but isn't too bad once you know the shot patterns. She starts in the middle of the room, and after a few seconds will chase the nearest player. Standard practice is to drag her down and to the right slowly. Organized groups will have a dedicated tap dragger, who will make her initial down drag extremely slow and will make all of her shotguns shoot to the right. This allows the main group to sit just below her and kill her. If the group DPS isn't enough to end the phase before she reaches the bottom, they will either start tap dragging her back up, or it will become a normal counterclockwise drag around the outside of the room. Let's go over the shot patterns. For many, the scary part when learning is the large walls of shots that rotate around. But don't fear, they only deal 3 damage and expose. I do suggest dodging them, but don't stress too much about it either way. The Queen's shotguns are pretty easy to dodge between. Just back up a bit and take the gaps. Then, you just need to watch out for the minions. Do not sit on them as they can EP you. It is a second phase, so just Nexus if you get low, but this probably won't be the phase that parses you, especially if your group has good DPS. Thank you for watching. Best of luck in your hard mode Shatters attempts. I hope to see you in game. Goodbye.